Taoiseach, I'm again going to ask you about Wexford General Hospital. You'll be aware that the restoration process is ongoing. You yourself visited the hospital when the fire occurred, and you assured the management and the people of that at that time that all stops would be pulled out to ensure not only restoration but that the extension of the 97 new block would be built as soon as possible. And I think all of the politicians in Wexford have bought into what you said. Labour's Brendan Howlin believes you were sincere. However, when I last brought the question to you, I didn't get to respond to your answer as it was promised legislation. But I'll quote what you had to say. If it's possible to provide a modular unit or to do something to provide that additional capacity, I think we should do it. And I gave that indication to management when I was there. The emergency legislation no longer exists, but we have asked the advice from the Attorney-General, which is not favourable. Now, at a meeting of the management staff of Wexford General Hospital and the elected representatives of Wexford last week, Minister Brown told the management that the government were waiting for the advice from the Attorney-General. But to tell you the truth, Taoiseach, the people of Wexford are not a bit interested in what the Attorney-General has to say. The promise was made. It's believed to be honourable. And the only question that the people of Wexford are asking is if and when the 97-bed block will be delivered concurrently or in tandem with the restoration works that are ongoing at the minute. We can't delay the opening of the ED. We shouldn't delay further the additional 44 beds that will come about from the new 97-bed block. So I'm going to ask you, and I don't believe the people of Wexford want a Jesuitical delivery, Taoiseach. It's a straight question which warrants a straight answer, no dancing on the top of a pinhead. When will the 97-bed block be delivered to the 167,000 people of Wexford? Thank you.
Thanks, Deputy. The new 97-bed block will be delivered as soon as is possible. I wish I could give you a week or a month or a date. I can't do that at the moment, but it will be delivered as soon as possible. It's needed. Even if there hadn't been a fire, it would still be needed given the increasing population in Wexford and the increasing need for healthcare and availability of healthcare. I'm told that it is at detailed design phase, and the business case is being prepared at the moment under the revised Public Service Code, which is quicker than it was in the past. And whether it's done in the context of the overall works that are being done at the moment to reopen the ED or as a separate project, that's not determined yet, but the government wants to do it and we're committed to making it happen. And it doesn't necessarily hang on the AG's advice. That relates to planning permission. But it's infrastructure that's much needed, and I want to see it go ahead. I know Minister Donnelly wants to see it go ahead as well, but I don't want to put a date on it or give you a month when I can't necessarily stand over it. Building a new block has to go through certain procedures, but we will go through those procedures and we'll get it up and running as soon as we can, or at least get under construction as soon as we can. You may be interested in the MRI as well, which I had a chance to visit when I was visited the hospital a few months ago, and I'm being told that the design, construction and equipping of the new MRI on the site close to the main hospital concourse that works on that will commence later this year, and that's roughly a 12-month programme. And of course we're keen to get the hospital back functioning as soon as is possible. It's working at about 60% capacity now. But obviously that's having a huge impact on Waterford and Kilkenny, so we need to make sure that it's up and running fully as soon as we can.
Deputy Murphy.
Thank you. You know, when you say it depends on government, it actually, you're the Taoiseach, and the buck stops with you. You're the line manager for the Minister for Health. You tell them what comes and what goes. This has been in train for nigh on 10 years. We now know that the 97-bed block, according to Dr Mick Malloy, isn't even sufficient capacity for the growth rate of the population of County Wexford. So, Minister, Taoiseach, as I asked, stop dancing around on the top of the pinhead. declare when it's going to start, declare that it is going to happen, and not until the foundations are dug will that be believed by the people of Wexford. Thank you.
Taoiseach.
Thanks, Deputy. I am the Taoiseach, and the book does stop for me when it comes to matters such as this. But it does have to go through a certain process. It has to be designed. Planning permission will be required, has to go to tender, has to be built and installed and then commissioned. And I don't want to make a commitment in good faith to you here that I can't necessarily honour, because I can't give you an exact timeline on that now. But I want to be very clear to you and the people of Wexford that this is a project that I'm committed to and Minister Donnelly is committed to, and we'll get it done as soon as we can. Provided the cost comes in as something similar to what we've seen in other places like St Luke's, for example, no reason why it shouldn't. Money will not be an issue, but it's not just about money. It has to be designed, has to be planned, has to go to tender, has to be built, and then has to be commissioned. But we'll get it done as soon as we can.